Good evening and welcome to Midnight's Edge After Dark. I am not Tom Connors Jr. I am Mexican Iron Man, promoted from the passenger seat to the driver's seat, if for only one night. But I'm not here unsupervised because we have, of course, the boss man, Andre. How are you, sir?
Hey, greetings. I'm excellent. I just have to speak a little bit low because it's late. And yeah, although, well, at least where I am late, but still, so glad to be here for a little while at least with Mexican Iron Man at the wheel. That should be exciting.
Well, it'll be something. Thank you, sir. And thanks to Tom. Tom will be here shortly. He is running a bit late. He is on the way and he will be popping in and making his appearance known. And of course, we have the lovely Six. How are you, Six?
I'm wonderful because Mikey let me out of the trunk where Tom usually keeps me. So now I'm a backseat driver.
Okay, yes, let's. Oh, that imagery. And of course, Nick Weiser. How are you? 32 flavors of Nick Reiser.
I'm good, Sir Mike of the Mexican Iron Man. Glad to be here. Hail to the chat. Hail to the mods. Thank you for being here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video that Andre and the Midnight Crew worked on. It was an excellent video to watch, and I like the name of Karen Sue Galadriel. Nicely done, Andre, and
Yeah,
thank you for
thank
letting
you.
me be here.
I vote for we all make it canon and use it regularly from here on out. Karen
Got
Sue
my vote.
Galadriel, that is her name.
I love it. And of course, the great script doctor, my brother, my friend. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. It's get things have turned around for a far more positive aspect. I mean, real life kind of gets in the way, bogs you down with stuff. But today was a great day because all that had been resolved so far, and I'm happy to be hanging out with you guys tonight and talking some interesting stuff that has happened over the last 48 hours.
Right. And before we get too far, and I want to do this while Andre is still here, so I want to take a moment because we have so many friends and so many fans from around the globe, and I want to take a moment. We got some bad news today: the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. There's a lot of coverage, a lot of new network plans. Specials are going to be happening. There's already a great amount of coverage. Andrea, someone from Europe, could you speak to the Queen and her passing?
Absolutely. I know there are some that may have some different opinions, but I will say that everyone should have respect for this. Queen Elizabeth II was one of the greatest monarchs in history ever.
Mhm.
Not only was she one of the longest serving, having served for exactly 70 years. Think about that. She served as queen for 70 years. And during that time, she directly has been involved in no scandals, no corruption, no exploitation of the people, nothing of the sort. Quite the contrary. She has been a servant of the people, working to serve her people from the day of her coronation till literally today. You could not ask for, or no nation could ask for a more devout, loyal unifier of the nation. And let's be honest, that is the role of monarchy or Western monarchies today, to be unifying symbols. That is like the one thing that monarchies have over republics, where you have a president that drives people apart, regardless of who it is. A monarch today should be someone that brings people together, and no one did that better than Queen Elizabeth. So yeah, may she rest in peace and long live the Queen.
And she was loved her family very much. Big animal lover too. So just as a in her personal private life, seemed like a really wonderful lady.
In script, before we went live, you were mentioning a statistic about the rain. What was that?
Yes, she served for 70 years. And I think the longest was King Louis. I think served for 72 years because he became king at the age of 4. And so yeah, she was 2 years shy of being the longest serving monarch, but I think she's the oldest. She was the oldest living monarch at 96. So that's quite. I mean, she had a very long life, and as a Canadian citizen, I'm technically one of her subjects. Uh, so, and I've been to Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle and all those places, and seeing her at the racetrack because she liked to breed and race horses. So yeah, she was she was a very dignified lady, and she herself did not have any scandals. Unfortunately, it's her children, but she held her composure quite well during those times. And I may she rest in peace. She's with her husband now, and her other relatives, and may they never be forgotten and remembered for the things that they did, such as granting a number of the colony countries essentially independence. and doing so in quite a fashion that she never became a target of resentment from people prior to the current social climate, of course. So I mean, it's sad, but she lived a very long life and a productive life, and she's much loved by a lot of people, and yeah, she will definitely be remembered.
Well, I'd like to, in her honor, if we could, just take a 30-second moment of silence and remember Queen Elizabeth II, and we'll start that right now. All right. God save the Queen, and rest in peace. And as Andre would say, and with that, we've got some super chats that already came in through the door.
Yeah,
and
it's also going to be weird because we're going to have a king soon.
Yes, King Charles.
Well,
Maybe,
technically, you actually have a king already because the coronation hasn't happened, but he's
Yeah.
already serving as king.
So Charles is able to take it because I thought he had to skip that over to William when he married Camilla.
No. Charles is now His Royal Highness the King,
All right.
and William is already the Prince of Wales. This has
Yep.
already happened. That
Yeah,
happened
that
in real
makes
time.
Harry back to a prince again too, doesn't it?
Yes, Harry is still a prince, but he's fifth in succession.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was fifth.
Yeah, because he has three nieces and nephews.
Yeah, and they're all in front of him, so I believe that he's fifth in succession. But so yeah, it's not soon. It's already happened.
Yep.
Well, welcome. DB Martin says, welcome everyone. Please smash the like, hit the button, and share the stream. Make sure that if you haven't seen it already, you take also some time tonight. Watch the video that Andre and Tom just released. It was entertaining indeed. Member chat, Cardinal Sin hits us with a member chat for 10 months at the maximum effort puppy level. Hail Midnight's Edge After Dark. Hail to you, Cardinal Sin. Great to see you. We want to also say we got a $5 super chat that came in from Jeremiah Umbry. Please don't forget the Queen of England died today, so let's have respect for her. She lived a good life. Absolutely. It's time for Hollywood to end with 14. What are those, Andre? ZARs?
South African Rands.
Ooh, South African restaurants. Khan, the cheapest thing possible is a podcast fail. We are going to get into that shortly. That is for sure.
Do they spell South Africa with a Z?
No,
Like,
just the
what's
currency.
Z?
Just the currency.
Okay.
South
Because it was
Africa
ZA.
is yeah, no, that's just for currency purposes and ISO standards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Zontar comes in for 5 Canadian and says, I swore an oath to her in her house when I served. I will still uphold it even when Quebec inevitably secedes. Ooh. Uh-oh.
They're gonna try. I know. It's yeah. They've been trying to do that for like 60 years.
That's well, this could be the moment. This could be the year.
I think they are more likely to eject Francois Legault than they are to succeed from Canada. Some people are very upset with this man. I my understanding of it.
Stephanie Janicek, also with the member chat at the maximum for puppy level. This was my parents' generation. Goodbye. God bless Queen Elizabeth II. Thank you so much. We also have for $2 US. Guess which Mel Brooks film is Charles's favorite?
Holy Grail
The Holy Grail, maybe.
makes fun of the royalty far more than any of the others.
Does Mel Brooks have a whole?
Oh wait, sorry. I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're
Monty
thinking Monty
Python.
Python now.
Sorry, that's a.
Well, and let's
If
jump.
it's Mel Brooks, I'm
History of the
guessing
World,
History of the
maybe.
World Part 1 would be my guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to get into the first stories of the day, and some exciting things are happening here, if you believe Variety and the other trade publications. Building on the video that was just released, Andre, Script, Nick, Six, the Rings of Power cast has decided to condemn the racism facing the castmates of color. We refuse to ignore it or tolerate it any longer, they say.
Can they at least show us it so we can believe them?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want to see it because I wasn't aware that they were tolerating it.
Dude,
Because if I see it, I'll happily condemn it because I don't believe
Right.
there
Of
should
course.
be any of the cast should be.
But
Yeah,
let's-
you know,
but
screenshots, links, anything.
let's get real here. This is another hoax. The same way with the how they blew up the Riva stuff. The same way with the Rose Tico stuff. It's just another way to just deflect any possibility of criticism. And they're going to continue to simultaneously ignore the appraisal of people who are watching House of the Dragon. Actually, it reminds me of a tweet I said a few hours ago on my Twitter about it. I said, do not put it past the people making this Rings of Power show. The way, you know, how they just try to use the Peter Jackson cast members to try to legitimize the property. Do not put it past them to try to do the same thing by reaching out to HBO, Game of Thrones, like, hey, could you guys say the same crap to us so it makes us look great too? I hope it doesn't, but do not be surprised if it does.
Nick, on behalf of Variety, I'm going to have to push back and say the cast of the Amazon Prime Video series, The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, released a pointed statement on Wednesday condemning the, quote, relentless racism, threats, harassment, and abuse of some of our castmates of color that are being subjected to on a daily basis. The message comes after months of epithets and smears surrounding the decision by executive producers and showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay to populate J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth, including humans, elves, dwarves, and Harfoots. For example, that's supposed to be an IE, not an EG. Earlier versions of Hobbits with actors of color. Tolkien created a world which, by definition, is multicultural, reads the statement. A world in which free peoples from different races and cultures join together in fellowship to defeat the forces of evil. Sounds like Midnight Suns After Dark panel. Rings of Power reflects that. Our world has never been all white. Fantasy has never been all white. Middle Earth is not all white. Andre, what say you?
I don't even know where to begin with this bull crap. Because, yeah, just to go with the last statement first, when they say, like, fantasy has never been all white. Yeah, no, this is true. But there absolutely was a time when the UK, for all intents and purposes, was all white. So was British mythology. So there's that. So that right there, that's a political, ideological statement that they're making. It's not factually true at all. Also not true. Where are the receipts? Where are the receipts for all this racism? Because I don't see it. Yeah, I see people that are displayed with or displeased with the overt politicization, because what this is, like when you take someone, when you go and you change an established work that is based on or trying to create something that could pass for mythology, and then you go and you politicize it. Of course, there's going to be some level of pushback. And then they invite that pushback, and then they pretend that there's a million times the pushback that it actually is, and then they act upon that. I mean, this is pure gaslighting and strawmanning. And more importantly, it is pure deflection to try to hide the fact from everyone else who can see that this series is failing so badly because they made a shit series without having the rights and then what they needed to actually make something worthwhile. And as I said in the video, and I think this is the really big thing, it failed to capture the zeitgeist. Nobody cares. Apart from us here on the internet and us crazies on YouTube and stuff, nobody cares. Normies out there don't give a fuck about this series. I mean, it's doing CW numbers.
Yeah.
When the Lord of the Rings trilogy came out, those were events. Like, I remember it well. I was there.
Mhm.
They were worldwide events. When The Hobbit came out a decade later, they were trying to make it a worldwide event. It wasn't for parts 2 and 3, but it was a little bit for part 1 because of the goodwill left over from the trilogy. But now it's gone. No one cares. I don't see one person talking about this. There's no water cooler talking about this thing here anywhere. That's the real issue. So they're trying to create some level of outrage to build some momentum and also to excuse everyone for why this just isn't performing.
Well, I have to say that the statement also thanks fans for defending the cast, Andre, especially fans of color who are themselves being attacked simply for existing in this fandom. I am? Wait, when did I get attacked? Hold on. When did that happen?
That is the biggest load of bullshit I've ever seen.
Wait, I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings. Did I get it? Did the script? I know I wasn't here Tuesday, but was I attacked and I missed it?
I don't know. I don't recall.
Well, Andre,
you're being so staunchly defended that you didn't even know it was happening to you.
Okay. Well, good news. We all can take action because they are sponsoring a "You Are All Welcome Here" Elvis shirt that you can order. Look at this ridiculousness.
Those elves are more realistic looking than the ones used in makeup.
They are sponsoring some kind of thing here, Andre, where like they're going to donate it to some 50% of all charity will go to people of color supporting charity.
Where does the other 50% go, and which charities? That's what I want to know.
Management costs, and the POC charities are probably Friends' little things.
But Blow and Hooker is not cheap these days. So
the guy who owns this Teespring shop, he on his Twitter page he has business inquiries to, and then he has his email, and I just wonder how much of a cut are the hobbits getting for wearing those t-shirts in that picture.
And how much did they have to pay the original cast to cover this? Because they're paid influencers now. They were paid a hefty fee to embarrass themselves this way. Speaking of, I regret that I have to take my absence right now, since it's getting pretty late here.
Well, thanks for joining us, Andre.
Bye,
Absolutely.
Andre.
Take care,
sir.
All right. Sorry for the fast screaming, everybody. Thank you.
See you tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
No, Mike, I'm looking at those shirts, and let's just say that there was actual legitimate causes. That's a very ugly shirt. They look like all ears that Mike Tyson bit off. Telling me those all look like Mike Tyson bit off each and every one.
This one definitely looks like a Mike Tyson bite off here. Look at that one right here.
I know.
They're not.
Just someone add teeth marks to the inside of the ear, and there you go. You got your.
At that point, I might as well just have Mike Bites edibles and just be done with it.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what these are? These are some Orf pastry ears. Some
I'm just reminded of that shot in Robin Hood Men of Tights where Robin Hood says, "Lend me your ears," and everybody just throws the ears up to him. He's like, "That's disgusting."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Jeez. Well, apparently, I guess there's racism out there, and I don't understand. I just don't understand.
I haven't seen one comment.
Are the reviews up? Are the comments up yet on Amazon? They said 3 days. That was last week, right? What's today?
Well, they keep disappearing. I'm assuming any of the ones that would have any sort of derogatory remarks would be completely removed from like IMDb or any of the other review sites.
Well, on the Amazon page, are there any reviews on Amazon Prime or not? Should
I'm
we
looking
look?
right now?
We can look. I just don't have Amazon Prime, so I can't pull that.
All
stuff
right,
up.
let's go take a look, everybody. Everybody in the chat, any of you have Amazon Prime? Maybe you will see something different
I
than we will.
do. Should I turn it on my TV just to see what it looks like?
Let's see here. Sure.
I'm gonna turn on my TV
Because they said 3 days, right? Isn't 3 days already done?
Where are the reviews? I'm looking on my app on my phone.
Let's take a look. Let's go to the board, Jim. All right. Let's see what we got here, people. Where's it? Rings of Power. There it is down here. So I didn't even finish episode 2. Oops.
Ugh. You didn't miss anything.
Write a review. Wait, where are the reviews at?
I'm not seeing the.
Wait, aren't they supposed to be like right here?
They're supposed to be visible, maybe under details, extras.
Okay, I watch Amazon all the time. They're usually like right here. All right, let's go write a review, people. Let's see what it's. Oh no!
Oh dear.
Oh no!
Details.
I don't know if I should watch this show or not, people.
Hasn't it been a week?
Yeah.
Apparently, 0 customer reviews and 0 customer ratings. That's even worse than a negative review. That means nobody's watched it.
There are 0 reviews have 5 stars, 0 reviews have 4, 0 reviews have 3, 0 reviews have 2, 0 reviews have 1. Wow. Well, let's learn how ratings are calculated. Well, that's a bunch of crap. Wow. You want to write a review and see what happens?
Do it.
Okay.
Add a headline. The Lord of the Rings, waste of time.
Lord of Rings, waste of time.
Where are the
Okay.
rings? Just say that. Where are the rings?
LOTR.
Saw no rings. I saw no power.
All we saw were the blueprints to build the forge to build the rings.
Yeah.
I saw. Okay, what do you want me to say?
I saw no rings. I saw no power.
Lord of the Rings.
And a whole lot of feelings.
Of time. I saw no rings, no power,
No ofs.
and no what? And no ofs. I want my 2 hours back. Okay, hold on. I feel this is going. I want my 2 hours back. We're doing this live, people. This is happening live. This is on my account.
That's great.
Midnight's Edge After Dark, representing accuracy in reviews. Here, I got my spell checkers off. All right. Second episode of Chairs. I have no idea where we're at and where the series is going. I want my 2 hours back. Please send time refund. Okay.
If time is not achievable, I will bill you an hourly rate.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazon, my standard $2.50 an hour accounting fee.
Yeah. Mikey went to Stanford, so he's expensive.
Yeah, I'm an expensive Mexican. It's actually $3.50 an hour normally for tax, $2.50 for accounting, so we'll leave it at $2.50 per hour rate. Okay. All right. I saw no rings, no power, and definitely no ofs. Okay, here we go, everybody. Ready?
You got to drop that O from definitely.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bless you, script.
See, that's why he's a script doctor. That's why he's here.
Should you add in the LOR? Are we doing LOR, LOTR?
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
There you go.
Rings
See,
of
we
Power.
got you, Mike. There
Okay.
you go.
All right,
It's
everybody
complete.
in the chat. This is happening live, everyone. Here we go. Can I get a countdown, everybody? 5.
Wait, we have to
4.
proofread this for racist comments.
Oh,
Hold
okay,
on.
fine. All right, hold on.
Fell
Hold on.
asleep.
Okay.
The
From
second episode.
Mike the Mogul, a.k.a. I'm going to identify myself. Mexican Iron Man.
All right.
from Hilton Head. All right, ready? Here
Yeah,
we go,
I think
everyone.
we're good.
All right, script, do I have approval?
You do.
All right, here we go. 6, count us down from 5.
5, 4, 3,
3,
2,
2,
1. Woo!
Now they're
This might
processing the
take
review. It may take several
several
days. So we appreciate your patience. Your review. Oh my gosh, that is terrible.
Several days. Wow.
Several
They can
days.
hold that now indefinitely, because several days is just.
How many is several? Is that 1, 2, 3? How many is several?
How many ding dong interns does it take to just proofread a comment just to make sure there's no, horrific language in it?
At the very least, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be at least 3-4 days, probably even more. I mean, they're hoping that this is gonna be something that's gonna be a short term, like
We might not see this
little
review till like
blowover.
late October.
That's true. Hey, that's true too. Script.
We
It
may
could
never
be-
see wow.
Yeah, we may never.
I don't think
see
we're
it.
ever going to see this.
Here, let me edit it. No, that's my name. All right.
No,
Well-
run with it.
You know what? Mexican Iron Man. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have given our review. And what is several days? It doesn't say 1, 2. Where did they get the 72 hours thing from?
I don't know.
They pulled it out of
Wow.
their playbook.
I'm
That's
just
never happened to
estimating.
me when I've left a review on Amazon before. That is never happened to me. And I've left reviews plenty of times.
Mhm.
Guys, I think ladies and gentlemen, in the chat and here on the panel, I believe there may be nefarious activity at work.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just. I can't imagine.
They think we're just being a bunch of meanie faces.
Well, yeah. I mean, this
We're
is
just hate to hate.
the thing. You gotta remember, these people prepared for this stuff. They probably prepared for Elijah Wood and Sean Astin weeks ago. They probably prepared for all this. This is all being engineered, run by the script.
Yeah.
Now they're just doing whatever it take to try to get deal with as less blowback as possible. Try to make it seem like it's just a minority. It'll blow over, and then once it does, they're gonna put all these things up when they hope people aren't looking. But I think a lot of people are going to be paying attention for quite the next 6 weeks to come, is my guesstimate.
They told the hobbits that there's all these comments coming in and they're staying on top of them and they're deleting them. And there's all this crap being thrown at the cast and the crew. And they said, so we need you guys to put on these t-shirts and come together for a photo op, because that's how we're going to fight this.
Oh, yeah. It's a
Yep.
way of, it's their way of, like I said earlier, they're trying to say, okay, if we use them, it makes us look legitimate amongst the Peter Jackson fans. It's a way to make them seem like they're just as important or they're inclusive, whatever.
They're in unison,
So,
but
yeah.
the tragic fact is that they probably were never shown. If they were shown anything, it's probably the very few and far between instances, because those do exist, but they're so infrequent and they're quickly expunged and deleted and tossed aside that, I mean, I can understand a person being offended by it or reading it, but a person with fortitude would say, okay, clearly what this person has said has no bearing on who I am or anything, so I'm just not even going to acknowledge it or give it the time of day. And yet, really what you want to be able to say is, one of the values of the concept of like freedom of speech and freedom of expression is that you can point to the people that are saying the horrible things and they cannot hide from it. And from there, we as a regular society can be appropriate by either defending the people that they're attacking or saying, no, what you say, you can say it all you want, I'll defend your right to say it, but it makes you look worse of a human being than the people that you're using it to attack. So,
Well, what you guys are missing out on here is the real conversation. Get it? See how I did that? See how I did that, script?
I did.
And in the real conversation, the Rings of Power is suffering a racist backlash for casting actors of color. But Tolkien's work has always attracted white supremacists. Did you know that?
I don't think
Another
David Duke has
scripted
read
play.
Lord of the Rings.
Since Amazon announced actors of color among the cast of its new series, The Rings of Power, in February, criticisms of their inclusion have gained media attention. The coverage typically positions criticism of the Rings of Power as backlash from true, quote, diehard fans resisting so-called wokeness. So-called. Wow, The Lord of the Rings on Prime. We stand in solidarity with our cast. You are all welcome here. Oh my God. Far-right political actors are whipping up the controversy, weaponizing it to help get fascist talking points into the mainstream. Is that what I'm doing? Did I do that with my review? Francis shows that the right-wing outrage machine stirred up, quote, a massive hate mob through mainstream right-wing press. When has mainstream media ever been right-wing? Anytime. Fans who feel they are defending Tolkien's legacy are being used as pawns to serve dangerous anti-democratic and anti-egalitarian agenda and siding, whether they mean to or not, with racist extremists. Uh-oh! Script, help me. I'm siding with racists.
I should point them out, and we'll accost them ourselves.
Yeah, we'll come after them just as hard.
Yeah.
Fascist appropriation of Tolkien's work may seem surprising given his statements, which include calling a ruddy little ignoramus. It is not new, however. Oh my God, I cannot believe these people. I don't think I can keep reading.
I don't think we have to. I think this is really just trying to fuel a non-existent fire.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You know what the real problem is here? I'm going to say it, and I'm uniquely qualified. I don't know how, but somehow I think that Hollywood. I can say to Hollywood that since you do everything by skin color, that makes me uniquely qualified to say what I'm about to say. The real problem here. Let's go to their Lord of the Rings Prime thing. The real problem here is that these a-holes can't possibly think for themselves that maybe it's their script, maybe it's their acting, maybe it's all kinds of things related to how crappy this production is. And you know what? They're like, well, wait a minute. If this is the problem, if they don't like, if people out there that don't like it, I'm gonna put on my white here. Let me put on my woke hat. Here, I'm gonna go camera on for this. Okay, this is my woke hat. Okay, it's my woke hat. I'm gonna be woke for a minute. If these Tolkien fans don't like it, then there must be only one reason, and that reason is because we put minorities into this thing. See, this exposes their true racism because they can't fathom that the look of the graphics is bad. They can't fathom that Galadriel, plank of wood is bad. They can't fathom that their script sucks. They can't fathom that their editing sucks. They can't fathom that anything about themselves is wrong. And so they're like, well, they must not like what we did because we, the wokies, put in some minorities, and that must be the problem. No! In fact, if I had to pick 3 characters I like the dwarf wife, her white hat, her husband, and probably Don Lemon Elf.
Yeah.
Don Lemonor, as Nina Infinity and I call him.
What do you call him?
Don Lemonor.
Okay, Don Lemonor. Yeah. Oh, I like that better than Don Lemon Elf. But seriously, of all, if I had to pick 3 characters that I like, it's number 1, her, even though I can't stand her freaking interviews in person. I can't stand her pre-show interviews.
Love the character, dislike the actress.
Right. And Don Lemon, what's he called again?
Don Lemonor.
Don Lemonor. Yeah, he's not.
Just add an OR at the end of lemon.
Okay, so he's my 3rd favorite.
I think he's okay, but he has 0 chemistry with the human chick.
Right. Did anyone notice that they put the minority black dude elf guy with the single mother? Is it just me?
That's his son, because his ears are being covered up deliberately, and he's the only tanned child of mixed ethnicity in that entire village.
Okay,
he's been there for 79 years, so clearly he's gotten some action.
But he says something to her, and I agree with Script that he's the dad. But then he says something to her. She tells him, "Speak your mind," and he said, "I've been doing that 100 different ways, except in words." And so I'm like, well,
So
if
silly.
if they've had sex, how has he not? Because they almost kind of act like they've never really touched. But then I'm like, dude, that's your son.
Clearly.
So I don't know.
Like, no one in the village even knows who the father is, because Elvis is like, yeah, he took off or something. But that seems like a secondhand story as opposed to an actual, like, oh yeah, she's well, we find out also that she's from another village that has now been burned down, so she left and came there, and that there's a lot of conflict.
She probably arrived with the baby.
Maybe. I don't know. It's there's so little refined storytelling in those first 2 episodes. I really have no desire to watch any more at all, ever. I'd rather still watch She-Hulk, because at least it's 22 minutes.
Whoa! Whoa! Wait a minute! Someone clip that. Whoa! What did you just say? What I think you said?
Yeah,
I heard it.
Hell hath frozen.
I'm not even
over.
ashamed of it. It's like, that is how bad the Rings of Power is.
Oh, the boss is here.
He's here.
Well,
He's
things
here.
froze up.
Oh,
What's
man.
froze
Okay. Now it's working.
And he's here, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd goes nuts.
I made it.
Whoa.
Fresh from the
Yay.
exam of a woman's touch.
He looks fresh from the exam.
That's how the crowd went wild.
Oh,
Oh, wait, you probably didn't hear that. Here we go.
We heard.
no,
it.
no, we heard it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So where are we at here? We're white supremacized?
We are in
Yeah,
hell.
yeah, and I was thanked for. I don't know what I was thanked. I'm literally unhinged right now. I am so unhinged. I had no idea. I missed all of this in the last couple of days. So
We're in the land of make believe, where all these Rings of Power haters are being racist, because none of us have seen it.
So they put the story back up, it looks like?
Me back up. Well, this is another
last night.
piece. This is the next piece of them using the whole racism.
Oh, because the
attack.
one that I sent 6 before, they had pulled down.
Oh.
Oh, it was still up.
no, it's still up.
We put it back up. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, they had pulled it down. Is that why I couldn't
I
open it when
am
you sent it to
Andre.
me?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, they totally pulled it down. They might have,
Oh.
maybe they had a problem they had to fix with it or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Tom,
I figured they just got enough backlash that they pulled it down.
maybe. Who knows?
Well, they put it back up, so clearly not. Probably was for editorial reasons, maybe.
I don't know, but
So I missed a lot of the show, but I did try to listen to most of it on the way here. How's everybody doing?
pretty good. Actually, you've only missed about 32 minutes.
We've been radicalized. Is that what's going on? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so we talked about Lord of the Rings. That's about it.
Yep, that's it. We haven't gotten into any of the other stories.
Yeah. Can we go through some of the? I starred a few comments that I thought you guys might want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, do you want to do Bob Iger next or Batgirl?
You said do Batgirl.
Well, we have
Um,
breaking news for you, Tom. Since you just walked in the door, we have more breaking news. Hold on, let me find it. Here it comes. Stand by. You're gonna love this one.
Okay.
Is this it? No, that's not it. Ugh, crap. Hold on. What the hell? Did I do that?
No, that was me.
Oh,
I was just filling some dead air.
okay. Keep feeling dead air. Hold on, I'm having-
Dun, 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 dun. Rock the bell.
Damn it, Beavis.
What are we waiting
You
for
are
something?
crying.
Yeah, I'm trying to share my screen.
Oh,
Beavis, you are
6.
crying.
My browser has blocked my. I don't know what happened. Something's
your
happened.
brazier? What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, browser.
Oh.
Click the screen icon in your address bar to allow it. What the?
What'd you do? Hit the wrong button when you pulled it down earlier?
Yeah. Okay, that's ready now. Now I'm ready. Here it comes.
Here it comes, walking down the street.
Here, read a super chat.
Let's. Well, you said you had a comment here you wanted to highlight. 6. Which one was it?
Yeah, I starred some stuff that was pertinent to our topic.
Old D-Bud says to hit the smash, the like, and share the
not-
stream.
Okay, no, that's not it.
This is not it. This is Mr. Tickle Trunk.
No, it was not super chats.
Oh. People have been giving 10 out of 10 on IMDb with heated reviews, and the comments are still there. You have the opposite rating for review to stick because they hide the low reviews.
Of course.
Yeah, because we went through on Prime, and there's absolutely no review. So Mikey posted his own, and then it said it might. What did it say, Mikey? It might take several days for them to
Several
review
days.
his comment.
Yeah, and I don't know why it did that because it's never happened to me before in my life.
Because it's been in an hour. It will have been a week, correct? Since the episode dropped,
I
since the
guess.
show dropped. So what's taking so long?
I don't know. But, Tom, Batgirl shelving was blown out of proportion by the press. Warner Brothers Discovery CFO says the media likes to talk about media.
Okay.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
The surprising decision last month to shelve completed DC movie Batgirl was blown way out of proportion by the press, according to Warner Brothers CFO Gunnar Weidenfels. I have no idea why this guy's opening his mouth to Deadline. Oh, he was at a Bank of America Media Entertainment Conference. The exec acknowledged the intense scrutiny on the new regime since the completion in April of the $43 billion measure. Asked whether the company's reputation in the talent community and agency business had taken a hit based on Batgirl and a number of other cancellations of HBO Max. And he said, nope, it has not. Media likes to talk about media, I guess. We have healthy relationships with talent. We are offering one of the best platforms for anyone in the creative space. So take that, you Batgirl quitter, deniers, whatever. Moderator Jessica Ehrlich, a B of A analyst, I hate that bank, who is a noted bull on Warner Brother Discovery shares, said the Batgirl move seemed to her like a prudent business decision. No shit, Sherlock. She asked if it represented a reset of the strategy for DC, and Weidenfels replied, no. There's a new team coming in, forming a view, providing a financial framework to assess these things. He added, quote, the focus is on a go-forward basis here. We're spending more than ever in the history of the two legacy companies on content. We will continue to make significant investments. We'll make them differently with a different financial rigor and a different focus on full utilization across all platforms, etc. But this is the lifeblood of the company, and we'll continue to be investing in it. Tom, I hand the ball to you.
I mean, this is just a dumb fucking. How was it blown out of proportion? In what way, other than a bunch of people who didn't know it existed started bitching about it? Maybe in that respect, yeah.
I would say the only thing that was kind of valid is the fact that this type of cancellation is unprecedented. It's never happened before like this.
Not in this high profile, yeah.
No. I mean, in the fact that this movie has been 100% completed and is pretty much ready to go, and they decide, oh yeah, we're just going to pull it out.
See, now that's maybe that's part of the thing that I've been hearing, because I never heard it was complete. I heard it was actually not totally done yet.
I thought they didn't have any of the CGI done.
Yeah, none of the CGI was done, and I had heard they were kind of planning on going back for reshoots. So, I mean, yeah, the shooting might have been done, but yeah,
principal photography is done. They had all of their edits completed. So if you're talking about like post CG effects and mixing, that's still, I mean, for a $90 million project, again, it's nothing's ever been scrapped of that high value from a studio before. Like smaller production houses, things that are being done on the indie side of things, those get shelved and dropped all the time. But this is a studio film where there's no excuse for them to ever not get something produced, especially when they got this far along.
Jerry Lewis wants to talk to you.
Jerry Lewis is different because that movie is very controversial. The fact of the matter is that the studios were trying to stop him making it at every step of the way.
Yeah,
and because he's Jerry
Terry
Lewis,
Gilliam might want to have a thing or two to say too, but no. Like,
you're talking about Lost in La Mancha?
Oh God,
That's
he's
just
had
cursed
that problem.
production, man.
Forever, yeah. No, you're pretty much right in that respect as far as the whole high profile. Like my whole thing is from what I had heard, it was pretty much along the same lines as the Justice League. It was still going to take a little bit longer to fix it and finish it and all that stuff. And they looked at it, instead of spending the money on reshoots, they just said, fuck it. Basically, is kind of what I was told.
Which is odd, because if it was this bad when they saw like the first set of the cuts, It's like, well, what did you expect when you read the script?
Well, you got to remember that the team that came in was Zaslav's team to look at this now. These guys had nothing to do with the original film. And again, beyond
Well, the only one
that
that was there from the original part was Hamada.
Yeah, but he's gone now anyway in October, so it don't matter. But
I mean, the question would be, you have to look at him and be like, you approve this? You were part of the team that approved this?
Why do you think he's out?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Yeah, but I mean, basically, though, the main reason this was shelved had less to do with money, spending, any of that, and more to do with it just wasn't the direction that Zaslav wants to take things.
No, and when you take a look at the Black Adam trailer that dropped early today, it's like, oh, this is not much better.
No, it's really not. And that, especially that poster with Dr. Fate's helmet, like that helmet is fugly as Namor's suit.
It's thrashed, yeah.
Dude, it looks like Dr. Fate got drunk and trashed it himself. That's what it looks like. It looks like you just start tossing it around like it was, valueless. I'm like, bro,
it takes a lot of magic to damage the helmet, the crown of Nobu, if you will. And yeah, that doesn't jive well. But no, it looks very. I saw the trailer earlier today. It looks very boring.
It probably will. It'll end up being content for content's sake, is my prediction. It's a tragedy because I truly do feel like if anyone was cast right for the role, it was Pierce Brosnan. I think that's a good fit. Yeah, he seems like I like that. I'm like, I see that. I'm like, I can hear his voice being that character. It's one of those like a glove type of thing. I'm like, man, if only that was like a thing, him and like a Zatanna type of thing. Bro, I'd be into it because I remember when I think it was Bruce Timm who did a Zatanna run like 10, 11 years ago. I was all over that book.
Oh, I missed that one, but that sounds cool. But I mean,
12, 13 issues.
Dr. Fate kind of working in partnership with Zatanna or even Zatara if you want to bring him in.
Yeah.
That would be freaking awesome. No, I think Pierce Brosnan is a great cast for Dr. Fate. Another one that we missed, which only released today's due to age, is Jeff Bridges for like Oliver Queen. He would have been perfect for it.
Oh yeah, especially
you take a look at him in the first Tron and you say throw out a goatee. He's Oliver Queen, right?
Oh, totally. He would totally nail the 20th century liberal aspect. He would totally
basically
nail
his King Kong character. just shave the beard part of it. Just leave the goatee.
I would kill for a good Green Arrow movie where he's an actual status who's
he's a true liberal that's an anti-big government guy.
Yeah,
that's what he is in King Kong. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
I barely remember him in King Kong.
Oh, you don't? Oh, he was the big Greenpeace motherfucker. He came in and his whole thing was he was trying to stop
King Kong
them.
Is this?
76.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was at first he was kind of like he was against it, but then when you get there and he realized what's going on, he's more into protecting Kong at that point. There's even that famous deleted scene at the very end where he walks away from Dwan, and they cut it out of the movie. But yeah, because he runs up to her at the end, and then they cut away from him to her crying at the ape, and all the pictures being taken, and then he just kind of walks backward into the crowd because he doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. They cut that part out.
Tom, last night at 8:30, we had some breaking news.
Oh, what's that?
Well, your buddy, Bob Iger, states that traditional TV film business faces a world of hurt as streaming transforms entertainment.
We do have some super chats we should probably get into before we get into this, though.
Uh-oh.
What do you think?
Sorry.
Why not?
No. Let's do this. Mr. Tickletrunk says the stream numbers for the Star Trek Day stream today only has 7K total views. It's dead, Jim. Most OG fans have walked away. Hail the 735 Club. I'm surprised it actually had 7K.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that. I totally forgot they were streaming the Star Trek Day today. I remember last year's was atrocious.
Funnily enough, while that was going on, I kept a tab on that just to see where the numbers were, and I kept the tab open on the Prequel Drinkers open bar, and I think open bar was somewhere between 13 and 14K, so almost double that number. It was Prequel Drinker, of course, Mauler, Time Road Magnus, and a few others. And they doubled that number nearly, if that.
They're currently sitting at 8,336 views with 613 ups and 330 down. Interestingly enough, their number of downvotes show.
Wow, Gonzalo Bergali just gifted 5 Midnight's Edge After Dark memberships. Thank you so much for that. Looks like Kitty Bear got one. Congratulations, Kitty Bear. Congratulations, Juan Carlos, Mark Tochi, Vertical Horizons. I think that's all of them then. Congratulations, guys, and thank you. Thank you so much, Gonzalo Bergali, a very generous individual who's always gifting memberships here at Midnight's Edge After Dark. We thank you for that. So let's get into the other super chats here. We got Dearest, who sent us a super sticker. I can't see what it is up front here. Does anybody remember what it is? It's probably a thumbs up, knowing Dearest.
I do not.
Thumbs up or
It's
ice
an
cream?
ice cream cone.
Is it an ice cream? Oh, wow. He sent us an ice cream today. I like ice cream. I didn't get my ice cream today, which is sad. Usually on my way home from the dentist, I do get an ice cream cone, but I didn't have time to stop.
Mhm.
I was just straight here. Tweaky Kid said, this cast got shirts. That's nice. The guys in the Fellowship all got tats. That's sad because some of these guys are part of the Fellowship. But yeah. Mecha J says, do you think they'll resort to having Peter Jackson himself come out in defense of the show to minimize as much blowback as possible? I think they got about as much Peter as he's going to say on the show right now. And that
Yeah,
is,
he's technically associated with the cartoon that's coming out for Warner Brothers, right?
yeah. But there's some weird shit going on that I don't know enough about yet to comment on. Because I was looking into this whole fucking thing with New Line and Warner. Amazon might have dropped them a bigger check than we realize.
Cool. Good for them.
And it's not good for us. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm not going to comment too much on it yet because I'm waiting for some more information. Mecha J says, do you think they'll resort to having
We
Peter
just did
Jackson?
this
Oh, yeah,
one.
we just got this one. Thank you, though. No, I don't think they will. Dash Attack says, I'm not mad at the OG cast. They got paid and aren't privy to what we know about these defective tactics. I see through the smoke and know what's really going on. Just did a video about it. Well, there's that aspect of it, too. What do you guys think? Do you think they're aware of this, or do you think...
I
I
they're aware of
think-
what?
I think that these
Basically what he's positing
Hollywood
there, sorry.
people live in their own world so much so, and they're such a bunch of kiss asses to each other and their agents and their whoever the hell and their publicists and all that, that they'll come out and say whatever needs to be said just to stay in good graces. Because we got to remember that Hollywood people care about 3 things. 1 is attention, 2 is validation, and 3 is cash.
Not only that, I mean, technically speaking, it doesn't matter if they got paid. What they really want is the credit so that they can, because the credit is the currency to
Yep.
get more work, to get more money. And when you're robbed of a credit, you can say, yeah, I worked on the Batgirl, but no one will ever see it, which means it's like, well, then did you really work on it? Because it's where do you have it? It's like saying you
gonna
mined for
put it
gold.
on
And
my
like, I've got
resume.
this gold, but when you bring it out to the daylight, it's not, doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, that's the thing that they're probably more upset about than anything. It's like, oh yeah, okay, we got our money, but now the work that we put into this can't be shown. It's like that. There's a connotation behind that that's going to always give everyone that's looking at them for as investment opportunities for a film some pause. It's like, oh yeah, you're a really good actress. You're in, other movies, and then you did Batgirl, but it was so bad it wasn't released. So what the heck happened? Why would I think that you're a good box office or reason to get a line of credit for with regards to producing a film when Warner Brothers pulled the rug out from under you after investing $90 million? Like that compromises their credibility for financing in future projects as well. So there's a lot of facets in there that Warner Brothers is probably going to try and mitigate as best they can in order to not hurt the people of the reputation that they're kind of ruining as a result of this choice. Even though I think releasing the movie would probably do more damage than good, I think that's going to have a hiccup for some of them on their careers. And I think the 2 directors that are a part of this, I think Cameron Pasha's right. They might bounce back to the independent circuit and leave the U.S. and just make movies where they're from originally.
I'm putting Batgirl on my resume. I don't give a shit. They can't prove I didn't work on it. Moving on, though. Thank you for that dash attack. Tiger Valley says Czar is Zuid Africa Rands. It's Afrikaans. and used to differentiate ourselves from Saudi Arabia, SA. Also, God save the Queen and long live the King. Great Britain. There you go.
Somebody had sent a super chat when Andre was here that the denomination was ZAR, and I had asked, Andre had said that it was South African, and I had said, is there a Z in South Africa? Because I didn't understand why it started with Z. So Tiger Valley 62. Thank you so much for clarifying that.
Thank you, Tiger Valley. Yeah. And we got Jack White, who says, I listened, to Viva Barnes live stream recently, and Barnes talked about a group of investors and I think pension funds suing ESG companies. Potential good news. Interesting.
They can win. Yeah, that would be good news.
That is from Robert Barnes too. Barnes will be honest if things are going good or not so good on things. He's always been upfront about it, so I definitely would trust that.
Well, I was hearing another study today that says that there's like 2 jobs available for like pretty much every unemployed American or every American on unemployment right now, but nobody's working.
Right.
So I think a lot of these companies are just going to have to turn around and bite the bullet on some of this bullshit and start.
They're definitely not working at my Taco Bell.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
And they're not working at my Dollar Tree either. That store is closed 2 fucking days a week.
Oh, really?
I'm dealing
with. I was gonna say that's a common thing I'm hearing from everybody. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm dealing with this type of people, like employees who were hired based off of let's just say optics at my place of employment, and we are burning through workers, and it's pretty priceless seeing the management all scrambling for the last year on how are we cruising through workers when the company I've been at for now 8 years, prior to the last year of them doing this plan of theirs, we would be lucky if we were hiring someone once every 6 months. Now, every single week, we're looking for people because the people they hire end up blowing it, and then they look for more and more, and they keep trying to think that this is gonna work this time. It's gonna work this time, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And yeah, I'm literally watching this play on real time at my place of employment. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, my girlfriend has to deal with that with a couple of our clients that they think anybody can be trainable. And I'm like, the Army has a cutoff limit for IQ, and 2 of the clients that you have do not, and yet they have a massive turnover because they just care about the bodies. And they'll place them wherever, and their level of incompetence, or they just don't like the job, so they quit quickly. And it's like, well, maybe they should take more than 20 seconds in the interview process and just stop hiring anybody that comes in off the street. Maybe you'll be able to hold on.
I don't know if they got a choice at this point.
Well, in parts of Canada, yeah, they do have a choice. There's lots of people that are looking for jobs, but there's very silly restrictions put in place that are prohibiting them from hiring the best of the best.
See, and that's what I was getting at is like, yeah, I think this is where some of these companies are going to realize that the problem is the people who want to work, you're not allowing to work because of stupid restrictions. And then a lot of the people that you lost or whatever are never going to come back. I mean, I've even been hearing that there's a new swath of businesses that are closing down now, not because since COVID, not because of the lack of business, but because they can't keep up with business because they can't hire people. Nobody will work.
I've got a massive problem with my clients on the West Coast are having this problem, and it is just sucking them down. It's awful.
I work in healthcare, and we are desperate for people. If you pass the background check, you're hired.
That's what they said on this.
Here's a $5,000 bonus.
Yeah. Well, that's funny because that's what they had said on that report I had heard today was that the largest group of that needs help right now is the healthcare community, right? And especially in nursing homes and that kind of stuff. And they just can't keep people. My mom, she works in that industry too. And they're like every week they're hiring some girl or guy to come in, and then the next week they're firing or they're quitting already, and they got to hire somebody else.
They just they want a warm body in the spot.
Yeah.
Well, and I think a lot of it has to do with it's a generational thing in a lot of ways. Because they actually in this they notice an uptick in older people going back to employment. People who've actually been retired are going back to employment, but it's this younger generation that isn't. Like there's like tons of the hugest portion of this unemployment rate right now is this younger demographic, the up and coming workers who should be replacing all those who just retired, kind of thing.
Yeah, so they offered me $700 to work a double shift this weekend, in addition to my hourly pay.
Wow. That's tempting. But yeah, no, it's crazy, Jack, and that's a whole nother conversation not meant for this stream. But yeah, Magitech Mags is in the house. How you doing? It says, by the way, today is Mr. Tickle Trunk's birthday. He also has a migraine, so be nice, people. Oh, he's got a
I'm sorry about
migraine.
that, man.
Oh, sorry.
That sucks. I was gonna bring out Bat Tom, but maybe I won't if you got a migraine. We'll save that for a day you don't have a migraine then, because I don't want to bust your eardrums. Then we got Heron of Alexandria who asks, what flavor of ice cream? Ketchup and mustard. No,
Oh,
because she asked
God,
if
what?
people she was asking if what people think of dipping your grilled cheese in ketchup and mustard. It was a joke. No, I generally go with vanilla or twist or chocolate. Just depends on my mood, but usually vanilla. Soft serve.
That's so boring.
If I get soft serve, yeah. Well, driving you can't really do much with soft serve. So.
I had banana pudding ice cream earlier and had a salted caramel swirl in it with these little like cookie bits in it, and it was good.
Don't you have ice cream in your freezer right now, Tom?
Well, I'm sure I do.
And it's vanilla?
And chocolate, I think.
Tom, don't say that. Paulie might be listening. You know he's kind of a stalker about that stuff.
Oh, that's right.
You're trying to get me in trouble. Shh.
That's what I'm telling you.
Speaking of 6, she says, happy birthday, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Here's some money for Tom so he can celebrate it. Well, I'll get it in about a month and a half, but yes. And I think I'll get about a portion of it.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you so much. And happy birthday, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day besides your migraine. And he sends some love for you 6 as well. There you go.
Aww.
And then speaking of, he says, Nick, 7K views, not live viewers for Star Trek. The Critical Drinker stream had 14K live viewers. It ended with 70,000 views, 10 times the number. Okay, so now was this the same thing that last year we went and crashed and they shut down the live chat for?
Yep.
Not really, because the
Or
last
that
year
other
it was
thing?
just an airing of an episode.
Oh, it was the
Star
episodes.
Trek Day was this time last year. Me and Rob Meyer Burnett and a couple other people on Twitter were just live tweeting how terrible it was. And then we saw some recap footage later
Oh, okay,
on.
yeah. What we were talking about then, yeah, that was the day they were showing all the first episodes of every show.
Yeah, the other
That's
one was
what
the
it
day all the first episodes of the show.
Yeah, yeah,
that was
that's what
I
it
think
was.
the following the Star Trek Day.
Yeah. I
But
can't
that was
remember the
also fun
exact
when
reason.
they shut
for
down
it,
the
but
chat.
Yeah, that was fun. Then we got Infinite Wanderer who says, have you lot heard that that Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II died today? Yes, we did. She was alive for 30% of the American history. May God rest her soul. Yeah, at the beginning of the show, the gang paid tribute to her. So, yes, indeed, we did hear that sad news. Jack White then also asks, Tom, did you get the emails I sent you? And Mike, have you checked out any of the series I sent you links to yet? Yes, I have been getting your emails, Jack. I just haven't had a chance to even really go through any of them yet. But hopefully one of these days I'll get some time. Like today, I was running in to get into this show today, so it's just
I
been
can tell
crazy.
Jack, I got 2 tax deadlines coming up. You're on deck for after October 15th with Bleach and all of it.
But Mikey will tell you the day I've had has been hell because he's been pretty much there the whole day. That's why he and 6 are my big heroes today, along with Andre, for getting all this set up and all the shit that Mike was dealing with earlier today. I tell you what.
Well, Tom, we are all of us in Midnight Sage After Dark, and we're all a team. So we all got to support each other when the chips are down, whether it's online, YouTube, or real life shit.
It's just a good thing we're not a soccer team because we would suck.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes Tom switches teams, but he's
What?
always Midnight
What?
Sage team.
Oh,
He
I
switches
almost did a
within the
Mikey
team.
what?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. What? Yeah. I never
I always
even
have
looked at
to-
another man.
I always
Speaking of
have to
switching,
throw in.
speaking of switching a bit, Script, do you have anything you want to demonstrate and show the people? We have we now have your very own digital virtual Script action figure.
I don't know.
He's got kung fu grip, I bet.
Oh, I love it.
Can I call you a Script doctor, or is that more like, is it literal, or is it more like, in quotes kind of thing?
Do the Dr. Evil thing.
Oh, yeah. You mean like, okay.
He's not a physician.
I'm not a real doctor, but I can fix things in your stories and scripts, which is why I'm a script doctor and not a medical Physician.
Physician.
That's where he stands there ready to reprimand us for bad writing. That's what that look is.
Just
Yeah,
had to
it's a
set
good
that
thing.
up right, Mike.
It's a
That
good
was
thing I don't do no writing and I just tell him all my ideas. Then he can't tell me the writing's bad.
They're just ideas. They're not writing.
That's right. No, a lot of times I just throw ideas at him so I don't forget them because I'm horrible at forgetting things.
Wouldn't that make you good at remembering things then?
It helps when I tell other people, and then it's like, remember that time I came up with that thing? Do you remember what it was? And then you're like, yeah, it was this. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh
it was
yeah,
nunchuck and dinosaurs.
that was one of them. That's
Remember,
hard to
you were
forget,
looking. You were looking for something on a live stream from like a year ago, and I don't know who it was, but somebody in chat actually found the live stream.
You sure? It was.
That
I was
you
looking.
Set it in.
There was
This
a time.
was months and months ago.
The one I think you're talking about is there was a time I was talking about how bad Jaws the Revenge was. And I ended up arguing myself into a corner about how it was the best sequel ever made.
But I couldn't believe that they found the live stream that you were
If they
talking
have
about
that,
it
I
on.
want that because I've been wanting to make a video out of that since I did that because I'm like, holy shit, it is the best sequel ever made.
Wow.
I don't remember how I got to that point. It was really kind of crazy. It was a road of weirdness because I started bitching about the movie and then all of a sudden by the end of it I'm like, oh shit, it is the greatest sequel ever.
How
made.
long ago was that?
This was like a year and a half ago now because like Six just said, it was like a half. I've been looking for it for a while and I can't even remember who I was on a stream with at the time. It was late one night. Couldn't tell you what channel it was. The subject of Jaws or sequels come up and I had talked about Jaws the Revenge for whatever reason and like I said, I ended up arguing myself into this corner. And I'm like, oh shit, it is the greatest episode ever. And oh yeah, I remember the Shane incident. Who can forget Shane?
If
I
I
think
ever
that might have
break-
been on a fanzine channel, maybe.
If I ever break every bone in my body except for my thumb, I'll scroll back through our messages and see if I can find the link to it.
I honestly have no idea when it could have been. That's the thing. It's may even been longer than I thought at this point. I'm trying to even remember who was all on the show. For some reason, I want to say it was something to do with Echo Base.
Oh,
I'm could be just remembering something completely off.
It might have been Nick. It might have been Nick that you had on the live stream.
It wasn't one of our streams though. That's the thing because I remember I was like on the bottom row, so like it wasn't one of our streams.
Oh, this is something different.
Because let me tell you, Coach is not watching any version of Jaws,
okay.
but Nick probably would.
No, the one you were talking about, they thought they found what I was looking for. It wasn't quite that. It was one of the times I had mentioned it, but it wasn't the first time I'd mentioned it. Now I know the one you're talking about, yeah. And I think I still used it for whatever it was I was going to use it for, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. There was a story you had up, Mike, about Bob Iger, who's eager to talk about streaming.
Yeah, you want to do that one or Con?
Let's start with the Iger one since it's shorter, then we'll end with Con!
Okay, because Bob Iger is schooling you, Tom.
Well, he would know.
Traditional TV film biz face a world of hurt as streaming transforms entertainment.
And he's one of the guys who's responsible for it.
Still no interest in politics or joining major corporate boards because no one wants you. The former Disney CEO tells Code. Bob Iger shared a pessimistic outlook on the future of movies and traditional TV in an interview Wednesday at the Code conference in Los Angeles. The former Disney CEO was, however, particularly bullish on the growing number of streaming services embracing Madison Avenue, including Disney Plus, but predicted that not all of the current market entrants would survive in the long term. Advertising will thrive in the streaming world, Iger told moderator Kara Swisher from the stage at the Beverly Hills Hilton. I think what Netflix is going to do in advertising, what Disney announced, those are smart moves because it's going to give consumers choice. You like my voice effect?
That sounds just like him. I didn't know it was you. I thought it was him.
Iger took a dim view of the movie business in theaters, moron, making clear, just as like what Top Gun still number one, making clear that he doesn't think, quote, movies ever return in terms of going to the level they were at pre-pandemic. What are you talking about? He went so far as to say that the success of big streaming shows like, quote, House of the Dragon and The Mandalorian has led him to rethink some of the conventional wisdom he used to believe was true. Oh, God. Quote,
what wisdom?
the movie, yes, quote, the movie industry used to argue that you couldn't create cultural impact without people going to the movie theater around the globe that same weekend, he said. Quote, I don't agree anymore. I probably made that argument at some point. God, another notion he was forced
This is
to
a
rethink.
very unfocused point he's trying to make here.
Yes, exactly. Was the prospects for Apple TV to succeed as quickly as it has? Well, I was on the board of Apple when they decided to go into the streaming business of television and movies, he said. I thought it would take a long time. They've done better than I expected them to do because it wasn't a business they were in at all. Oh my God, you narcissist fuck! God, this guy drives me absolutely nuts. Did anyone read this book? Okay. Iger said he was still bullish on Disney because the company had leaned hard into streaming and its dependence on the rapidly declining traditional media businesses was buffered by its success with theme parks.
You know why he's saying all this shit is because of the fucking he fucked himself with the Black Widow thing is why.
Yeah, you should.
So he's doubling down
I
on
think
the
you're right.
idea that you don't need theaters. Streaming is just as big. That's what he's trying to say with this.
In fact, he said, quote, if you're just in the channels business, you have a world of hurt. Oh my God. Wow. The Captain Obvious here, Tom?
He's trying to kiss his own ass so hard I think he broke his back.
Exactly. Iger was not asked, nor did he comment on the reported tensions between himself and his successor, Bob Chapek. Ha! Iger spends most of his time in retirement advising a series of startup companies in which he is invested in working on a sequel to his first book, which is due in 2024. No, he isn't. He also spends plenty of time talking shit and getting attention. He batted down any suggestion that he is interested in running for any political office anymore, or even sitting on the boards of any major companies. God, this guy. Do I have to keep reading? Tom?
No, I think we got the gist of this. He's a moron. Bob, so whoever's taking care of him, it's time to put him to bed.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We have more narcissism at the end.
Oh, boy.
Iger recounted Disney's flirtation with buying Twitter in 2017, a potential deal he characterized as coming very close to coming together until I had last-minute reservations about the incivility and hate speech he saw as rampant on the social platform.
Oh,
In a
for
comment
real?
that echoed the current controversy surrounding billionaire Elon Musk's pursuit of Twitter and the prevalence of bots on the platform, he noted that Disney's assessment of the volume of users on Twitter concluded a substantial portion were not real, he said, declining to specify any percentages, but making clear it was sure to beat him. You narcissist fuck! God, this is like, well, you know all that talk about Elon using his cash. Well, I was going to use Disney's cash to buy it myself, but I was ahead of the curve with Elon. I decided not to. I can't believe this guy.
I love that voice, Mikey. That's awesome.
I kind of like that voice too. That was
I
pretty
do
fucking
too.
funny. I was muted.
I can't believe this guy. All right, everybody in the chat, give me a 0 if you don't want this guy back and a 1 if you want this guy back anywhere on the
Ooh.
planet.
Who in the world would want this guy back?
Oh my God. Yeah,
I have no idea.
Does it even matter? I mean, it's a shit show. Nothing's going to get better. Everything's going to get worse until the world ends.
Well, I mean, the darkest before the dawn.
Hashtag pessimism.
Have we actually hit the darkest point yet?
I think we're getting close. I don't think we're there, but I think we're getting close.
Yeah,
and
I think
when we
you're
get and when we get there, it's gonna stick around for a bit. It's gonna run its greatest course, and then after that, we're gonna have the actual proper shift.
I think we're actually in the midst of the darkest dark of it script, to be honest with you. Because guess what? The other side of this, it's gonna be a quick ride because these guys are fucking morons.
They fucked up Star Wars. They fucked up Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, no,
it's pretty dark in my world.
We're going to see another wrap up with DC in about 2 months. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think on the other end of this, a lot of this is going to die down pretty quick. The final re is going to be a real loud re and then just a whimper. It's not going to last nearly as long. It's going to be cut off
abruptly. That's what's going to happen.
Or however you want to look at it. Yeah, exactly. Like it's going to just be like boom.
I feel compelled to do my Bob Iger impersonation again.
Whatever that other last voice was, that was hilarious. That's all I know.
Tom, what you don't understand is that back in 2017, Disney thought about buying Twitter. But, we did our own analysis, Tom. And what we found out is that we were concerned about the number of accounts that had that hate speech activity. So we were going to do that deal. And,
Are you Cagney right now?
I decided not to do it.
This actually does sound a lot like Iger, though.
No, I've seen this. I've seen this motherfucker on CNBC. Oh, God.
You know what he does? He gets up every morning at like 4 a.m. and jogs.
Oh, this guy! This freaking guy!
Oh man.
Take your millions of dollars, wake up in the morning, do a weatherman impersonation, and leave us alone!
You think he keeps up with the weather still? Well, he has to because he jogs at 4 a.m.
That was amazing.
I mean, I swear his book had to be the most narcissistic.
It was awful. I actually read the damn thing.
I mean, I can't even imagine Trump's book is that narcissistic.
No, it's not. 'Cause at least Trump is giving you advice on like his deals and what he did. Now you can argue that he's giving good or bad business advice, but at least he's like, yeah, I read the Iger book. It was a piece of crap.
I bought it. I haven't read it yet.
I bought it and read it. I should have. You know what? If I had
It's an
fireplace, I'd burn
eye-opening
it.
experience. I mean, if you take at least half of it at face value, and then you really look at it through the lens of Bob Iger's trying to make himself look like the most bestest ever, like it is an interesting. It is a very interesting point of view on the world of Hollywood. But what you find out is like, it's just the shit that you get into, like, especially when it gets to George Lucas. Like, you have this motherfucker has the balls to sit there and go like, yeah, I've considered George. Like, I can't do the voice quite like Mike. Yeah, so I've considered George as a great friend, and since years and years and years ago, so I just fucked him up the ass. That's really kind of the attitude he has towards this thing. He's like, just like, I'm gonna take him for all he's worth because I've been such a good friend to him. How could he not sell it to me? And then George had to haggle me on the price. You know, and that's really kind of what it's all about. It just goes through the whole thing, and it's just like, dude, fucking George, you know, like, you almost, like, strong-armed him into this thing. If you read it the certain way, it's kind of how it reads. You're just like, how the fuck? And he takes all the credit in the world for fucking Captain Marvel in that book, too. That's the other beauty of it.
So I'm terrible at share screening, but you know what? Let's finish this. I'm sorry.
I think we're finished with it, honestly.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I remember how we had asked for racist.
You got some racist comments?
It's in the private chat. Somebody responded to me on Twitter when I asked for some racist stuff.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I don't know if we can show this.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, is this racist so much as it is?
It looks more like parody, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
oh man, that's conflicting.
Unfortunately, without somebody here who's black who can ask, I'm not gonna. That is something.
Yeah, I'm dark skinned, but I'm not that dark skinned.
Follow me on Twitter. Look for my reply.
Yeah, let's do it that way for now.
And then,
yeah.
And then somebody replied to me.
If we had a panelist who happened to be black, I'd ask their opinion.
Not gonna lie, I've probably watched 3 of those movies.
Yeah, me too.
Now, wait a minute.
Oh, totally. Because I love some of this shit.
Why do we need? You want a black person to tell us whether it's racist or not?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a
well,
good
that
question.
would be like Tom and Six, and that would be like the 4 of you.
You know what? You're right. Let's just fucking put it out there, and we'll let the audience decide. That's a good point.
There we go. Free speech, everybody. Yeah.
But here's the thing: if I got this movie with Terry Crews, I'd fucking watch the hell out of that.
Yeah, me too. Actually,
I'm gonna take this ring.
That also looks like a pretty good cast too. So.
That is a pretty damn good cast, except for even Leslie Jones.
Yeah,
is that Leslie Jones?
I think that's Leslie Jones. It's kind of like fuzzy, but I think it's her. Regardless, like, I don't know who's in the front here anyway, but I want Terry Crews in it no matter what. That's all
He's
I care
awesome.
about. That's
He's
what
the
I'm
guy
saying.
who can like move his pecs one at a time, right? He like
Yeah,
flexes.
yeah.
He does that.
He's
Terry Crews is
President
awesome.
Nacho.
Yeah. I love him. Now that's fucking hilarious.
This one is the one I kind of was questionable on.
That's
All right.
yeah. I mean,
I'll
that's
be honest. This one might be stepping over the line.
Everybody likes chicken though.
I know, but
and it's
let's
the
be
wings
real.
of power.
This I just don't understand.
That reminds me
Get
more
that
of
off the
Justin
screen,
Trudeau.
Tom. Get that off the screen. Get that off the screen. That's got a
Okay.
bad word on it.
Oh, did it? I didn't even see
Did
that.
I didn't notice. I didn't catch
I
it.
didn't see
I
it.
wasn't looking at the
At least you saw it then.
language.
Okay. So regardless, yeah. So I don't know, guys. I can laugh at just about. I'm one of those people that thinks that nothing is off limits, right? Like you can pretty much. I go along with the South Park mantra: either everything's okay or nothing is.
Same.
But at the same time, there is a point where that you could stumble into racism, maybe even accidentally. But in this case, I think they're just trying to make a big bunch of shit. And that's why I brought up that headline before to have Six bring it in, because that to me is just going to the point of like extremism. To even just imply that, Lord of the Rings has been infiltrated with white supremacists all this time, basically, in so many words. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Give me a goddamn break.
Mm-hmm.
Like what these books stood for through Tolkien and his writings and all that kind of stuff. That is the last thing on his mind. It was just the most redonkulous thing I ever saw in my life. And yeah, whether you like the show or not, I think it's time that people kind of stood up and noticed. And I think people have noticed a little bit. We've been getting a little bit more even-keeled articles. I think it was even Deadline, I think it was. It was either Deadline or Variety. Who had ran with the story, like I'm sure Amazon had pressured them to, but they also pointed out, that they didn't really see as much racism as they were seeing, and a lot of these people were just pointing out actual arguments related to Tolkien, right? But then that's where they had to take it to the next extreme and say, yeah, but arguing like that just that is racism, right? So you have it's just they just keep piling it on and piling it on and piling it on and piling it on to a point where it's like enough is enough, in my opinion, to where sooner or later the dam's going to break, and that's why I think the final read is not going to last that long. So, and these people are not very bright, like we've been saying. So, with that, we've got some con news, but we got a couple super chats. Let's grab those first. Jack White says, "Did anyone see Tim Pool's IRL show? What's IRL?
In real life.
In real life show. It's
That's
his
what I thought.
podcast he does
A
on
couple
Monday
of
through Friday.
nights ago, where they talk about rich liberals preparing to leave the U.S.
No, I'm not
No, I
interested
didn't.
in his IRL show. I like some of his articles here and there, but yeah, I'm not interested.
I'm
in
not
his
like
live stream.
I mean, I know of Tim Pool, but I don't. Yeah, I barely have time to watch my friends, let alone anybody else. Waltman says, Twitter update. The judge has granted Elon the ability to use the recent whistleblower's statement as the evidence in the trial. Really?
Woohoo!
Huge.
We're gonna find out how many bots are on Twitter, and I bet you it's closer
What
to.
more do you think?
I bet you it's over 50%.
You might be right, Script.
I would not be.
I was thinking
surprised
along
if it
those
was.
lines too. I think it's a lot more than they think it is, or that they're wanting to let us know it is. Anyways, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So yes, and then Mr. Tickle Trunk says, in all of human history, Lord of the Rings is the top 5th book purchased worldwide. There's never been an issue with gatekeeping or racism. Yeah, I really dig my tweet that's been kind of taken off here the last couple of days. I don't know if you guys saw it or not.
What tweet?
Which one was
I'm
it?
thinking most
up.
of you already liked it, but here, I'll bring it up.
Bring it up. So I can like it. Get it up.
Yeah, baby. Well, I'll share it for you guys too, but
You get to share it when it goes up. Oh boy.
that's the idea, isn't it? You don't want to do it all by yourself. That's masturbation.
Oh yeah, this one. I seen it.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
see this
Oh
one.
yeah, that's fine.
I seen it. This one just blew up on me. Look at that. 1550 already.
Look at you, Tom.
Make it a little bigger so y'all can see it.
Oh,
There
I
you go,
like
that's
when you
better.
make it
That's
Look
bigger.
at you all being popular in the cesspool of social media.
I know, right?
That's
Yeah, this
the way
is-
we.
Pretty typical of our memes here, but I like this one.
I like it.
Lord of the Rings is awesome, and Tolkien is a great man. Agreed. Tolkien work is problematic and needs to be updated to better suit my modern woke ideals. And if you disagree, you're all racist insults. No. Go away. Go away now. Oh my god, when did Tolkien fandom turn into such a toxic, hateful place? When you showed up. Go away now. I like that. I like that one. That one's awesome. All right, kids. We have one more story here, I believe. All right, just one.
I think so.
This has to do with
Star Trek.
very good.
Yes. I think, you know what? I'm going to use that, Tom, before you do. I'm going to use this as a segue, make my exit, because obviously I'm not knowledgeable on Star Trek, so I'll leave it to the Trekkies to apply their wisdom on this one.
Okay. So you taking off on us? Is that what you're saying? Or are you just stepping away for a few minutes?
Yeah, I'm going to step away. So.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
All right. So what we've got here, kids, if you remember when I talked to Nicholas Meyer, what, 3 fuck. How many years ago?
4
now?
years ago?
Jesus Christ, has it been that long?
I think
I
so.
think so, yeah.
He was talking about a con show miniseries, what have you, that he had been working on for a while. And then Robert Mario Burnett, a couple of years after that, gave quite a few details, including, I think, reading even some passages from a script that he had written. Nicholas Meyer, that is. And then Nicholas Meyer, in turn, reached out to Robert Meyer Burnett and chewed his ass out for revealing what the script was about. But Robert's like, fucker's like 5 years old. I didn't know you haven't made nothing with it yet. I didn't know it was going to happen. He apologized. He felt bad, but we thought, okay, so maybe that's a sign something's going to happen with it. Well, something finally did happen with it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Turns out that The Wrath of Khan is getting an official prequel in podcast form.
What?
Why are they calling it a podcast, not a radio drama?
Lame.
I know. Lame. Okay, so here's the story. Khan is returning to the Star Trek universe. You just won't be able to see him. Revealed during Paramount Plus Star Trek Day, Star Trek Khan SETI Alpha 5 is a scripted podcast that will chart the events between the character's appearance in the original series episode Space Seed and his vengeful emergence in the celebrated Star Trek The Wrath of Khan. Nicholas Meyer, who directed Wrath of Khan, will spearhead the project, which will see Trek venture into the narrative podcast space for the first time. Narrative podcast space? Is that what they're calling it?
I prefer like just radio drama is far better.
I was
or
going to
audio
say,
drama.
I mean, really?
I listen to audio dramas. They're awesome. They still
I know,
hold
we've
up.
tried putting them together, man. What the hell was that?
I don't know what that was.
Culture's not here.
It's not me.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm calling you Culture too for the rest of the show. I'm just kidding. Anyway, Meyer's story career in Star Trek universe only began with Star Trek The Wrath of Khan. After the movie's box office success, Meyer stepped away to other projects, but found himself lured back into writing for another celebrated installment, Voyage Home. Then in you forgot he directed a whole nother fucking movie.
Yeah, I discovered.
what
Well,
the
he
hell?
wrote two. He wrote
They
and
just
directed
jumped
two
right
of
over.
them.
Yeah, they just jumped all over that. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's missing right here. There's a whole section missing right there. Then in 2016, Brian Fuller recruited him to work in what would eventually become Star Trek Discovery. The show saw its fair share of upheaval, with Fuller eventually departing the project, and in Trek's current overseer, Alex Kurtzman, using it as a jumpstart, blah, 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 fucking blah. We know all that business. Nick made the definitive Star Trek movie when he made Wrath of Khan, and we've all been standing in his shadow since, or in its shadow, said Kurtzman in a statement. Oh, this is Kurtzman? 40 years after we offered him a lot of perspective on these extraordinary characters and the way they've impacted generations of fans. Now I'm fucking him over by not letting him do this as a series or a movie, and I'm making him do it in audio form. Fucker. Blame him. That's all I have to say about this. They did Nick dirty.
They did.
They did him dirty.
I would have adored seeing this as either live action or worst case scenario, a computer generated cartoon.
He tasks me.
I hope they find some good voice actors that can really capture Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard. Without it just being somebody doing a
Cook,
impersonation.
he tasks me.
That's close, Mike. You're getting there. You got to have a bigger chest, though.
Okay.
Gotta be a dancer.
I have pretty big boobies.
Mm,
Oh, not that kind of chest?
They got to puff up.
Oh, well, shit. Mm.
Wait, what? I've gone for a minute, and you're talking about boobies?
No,
Yeah.
we're talking about Ricardo Montalban chest.
Oh.
I just don't think you can do that voice without that chest. And that's all him, baby.
Tom, he tasks me.
Not enough bass.
Oh my God! Okay, I'll work on it.
You gotta
I just
puff up
did
your
Bob
chest.
Iger, so that got me all mentally.
That got you all messed up.
Yeah, because I had to do my because you know Bob Iger, weatherman, local TV. That boy, Southern California. You know that boy's like sniffing all kinds of stuff back in the day. You just know.
I want to make him suffer. I want to continue to make him suffer. I don't even think I could ever do it. I'll leave him buried alive.
You know that the official Star Trek channel only has 100,000 subs.
Ouch.
Mm.
Midnight
That's
Edge main
sad.
channel has more.
That is sad.
Wow.
We got a minimum effort puppy in the house.
What, Bambino? Are you here?
No, well, he's probably there, but
Freaking lazy piece of shit, that dog.
Oh my God.
I had to literally this morning for
you
his
are gonna
walk.
be so sad when he dies.
I literally had to. It was raining today, okay? It was raining. And guess who doesn't like to go poopy or pee-pee when the rain?
Sadie?
No. Well, I don't know about Sadie.
Yeah, she's the
Bambino.
same way.
In fact, you know where he hid from me? I gotta go find a picture. I'm gonna go find a picture and show it on my phone. I'm gonna go find the picture. But he literally hid from me. And you know where he hid? He went underneath the covers like as if it was his bed. Here, let me find the picture. It's a picture.
I love
I used to have to
Bambino.
take my dogs out and hold an umbrella over them in order to get them to go out and go potty.
Well, that's what this guy's freaking like. I'm like, you don't pay rent here.
Oh,
I'm getting
Lord.
soaking wet, but my dogs are staying dry.
Yeah.
But I like that because that meant that they wouldn't go run through mud puddles. They were very prissy about what they stepped in, and I appreciated that.
Well, that's good. Yeah. But here's your minimum effort puppy, Anders Jorgensen. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate that. Then we had Jack White, who sent in $2 and said, these woke freaks have the mentality of teenagers. Yes, indeed. In a lot of cases, this is true. Lord Kamina 2 says, I am not a Winnie. You are the Winnie. Did somebody call
That's
you
a
a Winnie?
weenie, and that's from the Freakazoid.
Oh. I thought a weenie would have an E.
Well, I mean, I know what the line is supposed to be. I don't know about the spelling.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that spelling there.
But yeah,
Maybe
he
it wouldn't
played,
let him put weenie in there. That's probably true.
Yeah, him with
He wouldn't let him put the weenie in.
Ricardo Montalban and Craig Ferguson in Freakazoid as Roddy and
Oh,
other
okay.
guy.
That makes sense now. Okay, yeah. I didn't know he did a voice for that. Okay.
yeah,
I never watched
basically,
Freakazoid.
but he was just quoting a lot of Star Trek 2 stuff in there as a joke. But yeah, it was, and they animated him to look just like he did in Naked Gun, but they gave him an eye patch.
I did not know that. The more you learn, or the more you know.
Okay, you want to see what this lazy?
Okay, what is this lazy
You want to
fucker
see this
look
lazy when he needed to go for his poopy time?
You know we're all gonna go. Oh, you boo boo, your baby puppy. Oh, you boo boo. Poor baby.
He was underneath the cover on That's My Pillow. This guy.
Look at
Yeah,
your
but was he
fancy ass
pooping?
shit.
Yeah, that is fancy stuff.
Right?
He like literally went under the cover and put his head on my pillow when he was hiding. This
MyPillow.com.
freaking guy. Doesn't even pay rent around here. This guy.
And he gets to crap everywhere, eat everything, do everything all for free, living on your
Yeah.
bill.
Oh no, he doesn't.
What a pest.
He doesn't poop inside the house, but what he does is he'll sit there by the door and wait for me to escort him outside underneath the overhang. I'm like, you're a dog. Open, door open, butt outside, poopy time, go. No.
Oh, that's so funny. Jack White asked, "Did you guys ever talk about HBO passing on the Abrams Batman series?" Yes, we did, Jack. And we're probably all better off on that, and it might get picked up somewhere else, but it's gonna be woke as fuck anyway.
I hope it doesn't. Straight up, I'll just say it. Like I'm gonna be that guy that it was perfect as it was. We got the 2 movies off of it. We got obviously many great spin-offs of it. Superman, Justice League Unlimited. Bro, no. Especially with Jar Jar involved. No.
Yeah, keep his paws off of it. It should be preserved and kept preserved as it was. And
Facts.
I don't think any people from that creative team should return back to try and continue it on. Just let it be. They did make an attempt with like a Justice League reunion with like the Jessica Cruz Green Lantern. It was not good.
It wasn't.
Yeah, let's be real. This show was gonna just be Poison Ivy and Catwoman all day long with Batgirl.
No, they already have that. It's called Harley Quinn.
No, but I know. But they'd end up finding a way to move them to the forefront, right?
They already did aspects of that in the Long Halloween animated movie, which part 1 of that was actually really good.
It was okay.
I
Well, that's the
enjoyed
thing
it.
you got to
But
remember is a
part
lot
2,
of the
it became
remnants.
Catwoman City.
That's what I'm saying. Is you guys got to remember a lot of the remnants of what was left over from Batman the Animated Series have been working on a lot of their animated films for the past year, few years and shit, 20, 30 years. We already know where they are. We know where their mentality is. They're the same ones that fucked up the Killing Joke, for fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they completely mishandled Hush and the Long Halloween.
Oh, don't
I haven't
even
even
go there
bothered with that
Hush.
one yet.
Oh.
No,
The
I
only
mean,
one
the
I've
last
watched
good one they made on the Batman side of things was the Dark Knight Returns adaptation. That was the last good one that was made.
Well, I will give the exception to the Ninja Turtle one, but otherwise I agree with you, Script. Like the Ninja
That's
Turtle
a crossover. That's more Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles than it is Batman.
That's what I was gonna say. That one had its thing that it was fine on its own, and it had, but that was like an exception. like in this case, because they had to appease Nickelodeon at the same time, so that's probably true. Anyhow, we got one more super chat here, and then I didn't know if there was any other business to attend to. Jack White says, "Mike sounds like your dog is in better condition than mine. My dog's got arthritis in both of his back legs. That sucks, Jack.
Oh.
Must be getting old, huh? That's the toughest part about when animals get old.
I bet Jack White's the best owner ever. He's so
Probably.
thoughtful.
Yeah.
So with that, was there any more big stories to go through? Or
Bob Zemeckis' Pinocchio dropped on streaming today.
I'm worried about watching that one.
Cobra Kai in about 10 hours.
Woo! Huge.
I'm going to bed. See you guys in a while.
Wait, what?
Well, if you're
Cobra Kai
on the
time.
East Coast, it doesn't drop till 3 a.m. So yeah, you got to go to
I'll
bed
set
now,
my
wake
alarm.
up, and then you have 5 hours of Cobra Kai before the rest of the
That's right.
world.
Wait a minute. Wait, what? It's dropping all at once?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's dropping all at once.
That's why they
3
used to
a.m.
do it. I would assume they would do it all again.
How many episodes? Wait, tonight? What time?
10 episodes.
10 episodes, 3 a.m.
Oh, fuck that.
Eastern.
West Coast time, it'd be midnight.
No. Not happening.
So that's
I'll
why I'm
catch
going to
2 or
bed
3
now.
tomorrow.
And then
How
get
many
up in the morning
episodes
and
do you
watch
think you're going to see before the Friday show, Tom? Tom's like,
all of them?
He's waking up right at like 2
I have
a.m.
never not watched the entire show in one whole chunk. That's
Oh,
just,
come on. Seriously?
seriously, no. Like,
Wow.
It's a 5-hour season. Every season is around 5 hours. So yeah,
I'm in like fucking it's Cobra Kai mode. Nobody,
Yeah, so-
don't talk to me. Leave me the fuck alone.
Well, let's sign off
I'm
then.
gonna text him
If
all
we have any
night
super
long.
chats, let's clear them out.
As long as it's about Cobra Kai, I'll talk to you. Like, if you're watching the show with me, fine. Like, otherwise, I'll just ignore you.
You should live, Tom. You should live tweet.
Maybe I
watching
will.
of it. Yeah.
or do a members stream where you're live watching it. Like they just see your reaction, but they have to queue it up on their end to watch with you.
I like that. I can't
It'd be a
wait.
lot of quiet and shh.
Don't you watch it in your chair though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could still broadcast my phone, but I'd still be it'd be a lot of quiet, and then you just feel like,
It'd be a lot of
oh
people
shit.
Yeah,
Be a lot of people just sitting there staring at
videotape
Tom.
yourself so that we see your facial reaction when you say those things.
But I don't know.
Like,
It'd be
you
a
just
lot of
basically
nothing
say,
for
I'm
like
sorry,
20
I'm
minutes.
not talking to the chat. I'm not doing anything. You're just gonna watch me watch Cobra Kai. You can watch it.
It'd be just me giggling and laughing every few minutes, and then eventually I'd be like, "Oh shit, it's on!"
Yep.
You know, just my typical shit. Sometimes I actually do get animated.
Yeah, there you go, man. That'd be that. It'd
I
also
do
be
get
a
up
member
and-
stream, so you kill two.
I
birds
get
with
into
one
the
stone.
show. I do get into the show. Like
Tom watches
Beavis and
Cobra
Butthead.
Kai.
I watch Beavis and Butthead the same way, kind of, but I don't get like into it physically like I do.
It's gonna be sacrilegious, but I Beavis and Butthead is much more entertaining per minute than Cobra Kai.
Well, they have been killing it with. Oh my god, this.
I've been trying to get caught up. I was watching it this
Even the
morning.
worst of this
We
show
all
so
set
far
a date
is
to get
so
caught
damn
up by
good.
like next week, Thursday or
Well, I've
something.
been bugging Andre to do a roundtable while we're about midway through because I think there's supposed to be 12 episodes, and now we're on the 7th. But yeah, this last one was so good too.
Good.
I haven't seen the last one. I gotta see the last one.
yet.
I haven't seen the last one.
We get a little bit more of old Beavis and Butthead again.
Yes. Like senior citizen old? Or
Yeah,
just,
well,
oh,
just like last time.
dude, yeah.
And the funny part
Welker,
is,
Beavis and
without
Butthead.
giving away too much, Beavis
Famous
gets
last
sick.
words.
Beavis gets sick and tired of sitting on the right side of the couch because there's a spring poking him in the nuts. So when Butthead gets up to go to use the bathroom, he moves into a spot, and Butthead gets pissed and tells him that he's going to steal it back. Then he goes to the bathroom. So then Beavis decides not to go to the bathroom.
I can't wait. I'm gonna watch
And
it.
I'm not telling you any more than that.
That sounds hilarious.
He won't sleep because he doesn't want to lose the good spot. And there's a cameo, or not, it's a little more than a cameo. Let's just say
Don't
there's
stop spoiling
I'm just
it.
saying,
I
I'm
haven't
not going to
seen it
say
yet.
who. There's an appearance from a classic Beavis and Butthead character in an older version. So, yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm gonna watch.
And then there's
that
another
before
one too,
TNT.
just a regular one, and that was that one wasn't as good as the other one though. But I'm trying to remember. Oh, that was Never mind. I'm not even. You can't really tell the story of that one without giving it all away. It's another Mr. Anderson episode. Sort of.
Next Tuesday, can I put someone mentioned it? Jeff C mentions Clerks 3 Rotten Tomatoes review. I want to put that on the agenda.
Oh
next,
yeah, it's been getting killed by the critics, and
next
rightfully
Tuesday
so. Fuck
for-
Kevin Smith.
for a rant.
Oh wow!
Are you going to see
still,
it, Mike?
It's only doing a 4-walled run, right?
Fuck
Like
no.
it's not online or anything yet.
That's my understanding. Script is he's doing like he did with Jay and Silent Bob. He's doing like a roadshow deal with it. But which is funny because I think Lionsgate is actually behind this one. You would think they would have just gave it a regular release because Clerks 2
Was
did
really
pretty
good.
well. Like I don't know, but they must not have very much confidence in it. And from the critics' reaction to it, that's not sounding too good.
I'm telling you,
Wow.
he lost his edge when he had that heart attack.
I agree with you.
Is that sad? Like that you wanted him to genuinely wish I'm glad he survived, by the way. I'm glad he got past that condition. But just like when that left, it's like Kevin Smith of the world left with that.
He did,
and,
yeah.
And then someone entered that body into his consciousness, and it's a whole other human being. No longer is
Well,
it the
to be
Kevin who wrote
true-
Daredevil and Green Arrow. No longer the Kevin who was who I actually felt was a fan like of the material. Now it's just he's just part of the shill media. He's bought and paid for now.
Well, and the sad part is for him, I mean, he was kind of going down that slope before the heart attack. The heart attack was just like almost a metaphorical moment, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think the first inclining of him like losing who he was as Kevin Smith was when he got hired to direct Supergirl, and he got involved into the whole CW.
Even before that, too, script, because he was getting real shill heavy. He was getting involved with a lot of that stuff, like shilling for DC. And I think that's part of the reason he shilled for DC is so he could get in on that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if you remember, before he directed the Supergirl episodes and the Flash episodes, was the summer before when he did that big DC thing for IMDb, where he interviewed I think it was for Justice League or whatever it was. Remember right?
Mhm.
I can't remember that part.
It might have been before you were hanging out with us, but yeah, like he had done this thing through IMDb for DC, and he had become like the DC shill. Like, and he also did like a half-hour special for something to do with DC as well. A couple of years back here. And then in between there is when he got the directing gigs for Supergirl, and then he got the directing gigs for The Flash, and so on. So yeah.
Yeah, because I remember that because from those gigs afterwards, he then was hired to be the interviewer to promote Batgirl before it launched, or Batwoman before it launched.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he's been like their little mouthpiece now.
But that
for a
happened
while.
after the heart attack, like after that.
Yeah, that all did. Yes. But even before that, he was shilling hard for some things. But it got 10 times worse after the fact. And a lot of it, I think, is when he moved to California, to be honest with you.
Well, full time, yeah.
Yeah, which was about 15 years ago now, I think, roughly, a little bit more.
I think it was after Harley Quinn's 11th birthday.
Yeah, it was.
Which was about a decade and a bit ago.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Somewhere between 10 and 15 years, yeah. So, because he bought Ben Affleck's house.
Yeah.
And that's when they moved out. And Ben bought that house, I think, in 96 or 7. And then I think he bought it from Ben. It had to be after Clerks 2, I think. Because that's when he finally started making more money.
I think he did it in 2000.
He might have bought it with his cop-out cash.
I think it was 2009.
Yeah, I think you're about right. For some reason, that sticks out to me somewhere in that region. It was whenever. When did Ben get married to Jen?
Which
The
time?
first time or second?
The first
yeah.
Jennifer Garner. Jennifer Garner, sorry.
Oh, Jennifer Garner?
Like 06, 07?
Okay,
yeah.
so that would probably sync up. So Script's probably right. Because that's what happened is he got married. They moved into a new house. Ben sold that house to Kevin. So anyway.
Ben was trying to sell that house for a couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the bat. That's the house with the bat cave.
Yeah, it's really just a safe room.
Yeah. Jack White says, I liked The Long Halloween and Justice League versus The Fatal Five. I've not seen either one of those, but I heard some good things about The Long Halloween, but I also heard some bad things.
Part 2 is really, for me, I thought it was atrocious. I actually enjoyed part 1. I enjoyed the animation style. I had some complaints. I did. But I still
had
really
the complaint
that
they established that Batman didn't think he had to be a detective in part 1.
I
that
didn't
is
like that.
The exact opposite of what whoever was adapting this was inferring a lot of stuff that Jeff Loeb did not put in there.
That was Jeff Loeb when Jeff Loeb was Jeff Loeb.
And Jeff Loeb when Jeff Loeb was Jeff Loeb was still, I would say, a subpar writer who was very, very lucky to have gotten the jobs he got. Because they were trying to put more Frank Miller influence in the Long Halloween adaptation than there ever was any.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely.
That's that. I mean, even the Long Halloween itself, it's a mystery without a proper conclusion. Deliberately so, because Jeff Loeb doesn't actually figure out how to write his stories. He just writes them as he goes. Which is why a lot of his stuff have cool ideas and cool concepts, and then they're like, "Oh, that's your ending."
I still enjoy the Long Halloween book. I mean, obviously Tim Sale definitely helped carry that, and I really enjoyed I actually enjoyed Sales. I was interested because when I was much younger, I used to hate it, but then years later, I went back to I'm like, man, why did I hate this? I don't know. Just weird how that happened.
It's so dynamic art. That's why everybody has like such the skin tight costumes that their muscles protrude way more than they would if they were naked, and it's just fun. But
I love how exaggerated his Joker is. I love how he exaggerates the Joker like crazy, but it looks great though with the teeth and all. Man, I love how shadowy it is too.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah, the Two-Face. Man, I'm gonna have to reread that book soon. Yeah, I even liked Daredevil Yellow as well. Daredevil Yellow, I was entertained by because that was like the team for a while. Spider-Man Blue is okay, but Daredevil Yellow and Long Halloween.
I think he got Daredevil better than he got Batman.
Oh, by a landslide. Landslide.
Well, sadly, we missed it, so we can't say who got gifted this, but it looks like Dash Attack gifted 5 memberships, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think that's what Willie means.
Oh, okay.
No, he received one of the ones that Gonzalo, was it Gonzalo? Who did
Okay,
the
just so long as we didn't miss anything. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Okay. Didn't mean to derail that. I just wanted to make sure we didn't
No,
miss
it's okay.
anything.
And with that,
I think we're good.
Yeah, I was gonna say with that, I think we've pretty much covered all our bases. I want to thank
talk comics for hours.
yeah. Oh, I want to thank Mikey and Six and Andre for getting everything set up today and starting off the show. Without you guys, wouldn't have been able to happen. We'd have been way late tonight, and I appreciate that. And of course, Nick and Script for hopping in here. We appreciate you helping out.
All good.
Is there anything coming up, Nick, that you want to plug?
Oh yeah, tomorrow night got the comic shop talk. You know, we do it Friday night. Obviously, Clobbered Times, who you guys see on here part time. He's always with me as well. We just we round up some drinks and we talk comics. So it's gonna be another fun show. I'll probably have another video up by weekend's end. So hail to the chat, hail to the mods. Thank you all for being here, listening to us. Also shout out to Andre for being here briefly with us as well. And thank you, Mike and Six. They did excellent, making this show run well. And thank you guys for having me. And always a pleasure to hang out with Tom and Script as well.
Indeed. Thank you for being here. And then we got Mecha J who sent in $5 and says, Disney's live action Pinocchio movie was just released and it's not doing so well with the critics. I saw that, but I kind of want to watch it. Here's the thing for those who may not know, that's like my favorite Disney movie.
oh,
Such a good movie.
Aw,
So
I
it's
can't
going to
remember
be
the last time I saw it.
a
that's
tough
adorable.
one for me to watch. Because also it's like Zemeckis did this, so...
Ooh, that's conflicting.
it might be
I
okay.
know, right? So
Might
I might
be
have to
good.
save it for the weekend. But I'll let you guys know once I see it what I think. Yeah, thank you, Mecha J, for that. And then Script, I know you've been real busy with work, but do you have any streams or anything else coming up here you want to plug?
Nothing for certain yet, because I've got the new virtual camera where I can do stuff and shrug and whatnot. I might be able to do something I've been trying to do since before summer, which was like on a Sunday morning I might do a SimCity 4 trying to build Gotham City in that game, and just a cool chat about Batman and ask me anything type of thing on a Sunday morning where I try to put together like a functioning Gotham City, which the benefit being is that it doesn't have to be successful because it's Gotham. So if it gets the financial debt, all the more legitimacy to the recreation of it in the game. So just follow me on Twitter to see when that's happening. This Saturday is I'm not going to be doing much of anything on the internet because I'm working with another writer on one of his projects, so that's going to be most of the day, sadly. But hopefully we can get some new content on the channel in the next few months. But yeah, just follow me on Twitter and you'll see where I'm popping up here and there.
Well, that sounds fun. Hopefully you get to do that. Mikey, you got anything coming up?
Just whatever Tom tells me to do. And when I get off the sofa.
Okie dokie.
I just want wait. I do have something to say. I notice how Culture Casino is in here when I show
I
up.
did notice that.
Freaking
Again.
this guy.
I'll give him shit later if I hop into the show.
Because you're prettier than he is.
No.
Yeah.
I'm like his. I feel like with Culture, like I'm his biggest fan, and so I think I'm starting to feel like I'm his stalker. And he's like, I'm gonna wake up one day and there'll be like a restraining order, like stop.
You want to know the truth, Mike? I think he's jealous of our relationship
How is that possible?
because he knows I really love you.
Love you more. You're mine. Mine.
Ooh.
My
This got
Tom.
hot.
Even when Tom's tired or he's awake or even when he's moody. My Tom.
Now that's
know,
love. It
is love because I'm not a 10. I'm definitely not a 10, but I'm probably about I don't know, maybe a 6. What do you think? Anyway.
You're a 10 in my heart.
I was gonna say I was trying to segue to 6. What do you got coming up? I'm sure you've got some streams coming up, and that was very sweet. Thank you.
I don't have anything coming up not till next
Really?
Tuesday
Oh, wow.
on Midnight's Edge After Dark. Yeah, I'm working all weekend. So, but I want to thank.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I want to thank the mods, Goddess, Willie, D. Bud Martin. You've been killing it, posting links, and that's super appreciated. Lovely Sherry, Mr. Tickle Trunk, Steph, deleted scenes, so much appreciation. And I'm going to request that people go check out Zax's 8,500 sub celebration. He's a good friend of mine. He's a mod for Midnight's Edge.
Yeah.
Really cool guy. He's been killing it and kicking
Good
ass
job, Zax.
and taking names on YouTube. So he's let me on his show twice, and that's it. So
Awesome
whatever his
sauce.
acts. But no, but he's a really cool guy.
All right, so check that out then, and thank you so much, guys, for getting this together today. I appreciate that again. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been able to get this up and running so soon and quickly without me being here, obviously. So yeah, and with that, I think it's time.
Dun, 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 dun,
Anyway, I hit the wrong button there. Let's see here. Where's the button? Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you next time.
Hey, excuse me. Nada. Are you doing dishes? I hope so.
Just act natural.